is really cool. It has the badge illuminated here in the front, and that looks really nice, really impressive. Just sometimes when you have an additional illumination from something that's just not typical, it just kind of stands out and looks cool. Now it has fog lights that are halogen bulbs. It has a LED headlight system, and we'll look at it going down the road. There's a projector system here, and then the LED daytime running lights. Amber side marker. You see it has amber turn signals here on the front. No side marker or anything here on the side mirror. And the tail lights are red, but it has an amber turn signal, and it's a standard bulb as well. Cargo area has a light here on the right side, and that's it. It kind of casts a light across, it casts a shadow across everything in here, and it's not super bright, especially with the black interior. It's better than nothing, but it's kind of inadequate as it is. The inside of the back door, no lights or anything. Back seat is only illuminated by that dome light there, so you can't really see anything in the back seat. Front door, it has a couple backlit buttons, but the most important buttons for me is the door lock switch, and that's not backlit illuminated. And the only lights we have here is coming from the dome light, and then the lights, little reading lights there. The charge port does have a light, which is nice, and it kind of illuminates both the regular charge port 1772 and then the CHAdeMO here on the left side. So you can see a little bit here. So now I have the interior lights on with the door open. You can see what it looks like here. So now I'm going to shut the door. You can see we're left with the backlit buttons. And there's a few buttons that are really annoying that they're not backlit. One is the door lock over here. So trying to lock and unlock the doors, you can't see anything at nighttime. Even with the interior lights on. So let me just turn the interior light on here and see if you can make out the door lock switch, because it's still not apparent. So that's one thing that could be improved. Another thing is the actual lights that you turn, the buttons that you turn the interior lights on are not backlit either. So those little things like that, you know, is just something that you don't really see when you're at the dealership unless you go at night. Glove compartment completely dark. Center console, no light. So basically you just have some patchiness and some basic lights here and there, but not all that great. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse so you can see the camera system. So yeah, that's pretty decent. You can see it pretty good. Here's what the light pattern looks like against some trees here. So you can see there's a kind of a blurry cutoff. It's not like super sharp, but it does have a cutoff. And we'll go to the high beams there. There's the low beams. So you can see the difference there. Okay, so now we're on a fairly dark road. See if we can get the high beams here, because here's the low beams, and it's pretty decent close up, but without the high beams. There we go. Well, saw it for a second there. Let's wait for this car to go away. So I got the automatic high beams on. I don't know why that, it's just I'm not going fast enough. Maybe it'll turn on now. So trying to turn them on, there we go, okay. So there is the high beams, and yeah, a lot better than low beams. You can see the trees in the distance, you can see the center of the road nicely. The low beams are a little bit too close to the vehicle. It doesn't give you much distance, but the high beams gives you really good distance. And it has the 4 projectors, and they seem to not be too patchy on the road. And so yeah, you can see pretty nice. And so far the automatic high beams are working okay. They're not blinding anybody, but they're just not turning to high beams when I want them to, you know, that kind of thing. It's not real easy to just switch it to high beams manually, you know, so. But yeah, I think the high beams are really, really good. I think they're pretty good for this type of vehicle. Electric car, you know, the height and everything, taking that into consideration. I think the high beams are good. Low beams, you know, they're just kind of average, I guess.